Tonight at the table is someone who spent decades mastering a game built on patience, discipline, and precision. He's a PGA professional with over 40 years in the game, a multiple-time Teacher of the Year nominee, and a trusted instructor to both everyday golfers and high-profile athletes. He's also the host of longtime television show Winning Golf on NBC Sports. He's calm, thoughtful, and deeply committed to teaching. He connects with people far beyond the fairway. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you my dear friend, Doug Hendricks.
Yeah.
Doug, my man, thank you so much for joining me. I love you. It's a pleasure. Can't wait to spend some time with you. Thank you for the beautiful gift you brought along.
You are quite welcome. It's an honor to be here.
Thank you.
And thankful for our friendship.
Absolutely.
You and your family.
Absolutely. Me too. So for anyone who might not know you, tell everyone a bit about yourself, who you are, and where you come from.
Well, I grew up in Montgomery County, and wonderful parents, 2 brothers, both younger. Went to Upper Perkiomen High School, was heavily involved in sports, played 3 and 4 sports year round. Very interesting, my dad was a school teacher in the high school I attended, which is kind of unique.
Mm-hmm.
And I got heavily into basketball, worked very hard at that game, was All-State in Pennsylvania in 1976.
Hey.
So was voted the male athlete of the decade in Upper Perkiomen High School for the 1970s.
What? The decade?
That dates me a little bit. Had a knee injury coming out of high school. Did wind up playing 3 years of basketball at Westchester University. And before my junior year, I wound up meeting somebody on the Westchester University golf team. And he invited me to try the game. I had no clubs at the time, so it was a brand new concept for me pretty much. And I kind of got hooked and wound up my senior year playing varsity basketball and varsity golf. And then had a decision to make. I always thought I would be a history teacher and a basketball coach in high school, then college. And Westchester's home course was White Manor Country Club. Our home course we practiced and played our home matches at. And ironically, an assistant golf professional position opened there, and I was invited to take that job.
Right.
So I had to decide which direction I was going to go. And I, of course, talked to my dad, who's full of wisdom. And he said, well, you have your teaching certificate, so you want to give this golf business a try, give it a try. So at the age of 23, I became an assistant pro at White Manor. At 25, I was playing on the mini tour. At 27, I was the head golf professional at White Manor Country Club, and I was there for 20 years.
Wow.
So that kind of dates me, but a lot of great memories, a lot of great thrills. Met a lot of great people through the job, a lot of great professional athletes in the area. And after 20 years, I always say I was a very, very good golf professional. Give myself a very high grade for that. But because of the schedule, working all weekends and holidays pretty much year round, I was probably an average dad and an average husband. So I decided to, after that 20 years, to try to stay into golf, but take some other directions to make it happen.
Wow. So the direction that you went.
Well, the unique thing for my life was I got offered a few additional head pro jobs, because after 20 years I had built up, a good reputation in that world, and a couple were in the area and a couple were out of the area, down in North Carolina and Florida. And when I said no to those situations, other windows opened up right away.
Right.
One of the windows that opened up, I was invited to come over and teach at Penn Oaks Golf Club, which was great for me because all I had to do was do my teaching. And I also live in Westchester, so the commute was very easy. Short time later, I was invited to come back and coach Westchester University women's golf team. And took over a program there. It was having some challenges, and we won their first and only state championship with them, so that was pretty neat.
Wow.
And then in 2009, 2010, I decided to add the concept of a TV show, which is called Winning Golf. And my goal was to do that for 5 years or so. NBC Sports said if you could go 5 years, you made it in TV, was kind of what they gave me as a goal. And this year I'll be starting year 16.
Congratulations.
So excited about that.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, you said you did this show. It's huge. How did that get started? And what inspired you to do it? You know, you said, my question that I was initially going to ask was, did you want to be a teacher at first? Your dad was a teacher. You still are a teacher.
Yeah.
But your aces in entertainment, you're so natural in front of that camera. So that was always in there, I guess.
I never had trouble with public speaking, things like that. You know, I was usually leading a team or leading a group as a head professional, doing a lot of those things. Doing our families belonging to a club, and you're kind of on stage almost every day there. Mm-hmm. But I had not a communications degree, and certainly no TV or radio official background. So
Yeah.
it was a big thing. I gave a lesson tip on a show prior to that show, to Winning Golf. And it was basically just doing the lesson tip, and I had some ideas to expand the show. And that show was called Golf Shots, and I had a very good friend in that show, and he decided to stop producing it, which gave me the option to start my own show. And I had a very dear friend in this area named Jim Serum, and he was a tremendous businessman and helped me write a business plan for this TV show and come up with a name and a tagline. Winning Golf,
Yeah.
Everybody Wins was how we came up with. And my concept was to entertain small groups, put amateurs on TV, let them have their day of fame, so to speak. Their highlights would get on NBC Sports. Give out a bunch of prizes, give them some instruction, let them play golf in the afternoon, mm-hmm. and create what I would call a corporate team building concept.
Yeah.
And, where everybody was winning, the clubs were winning, the groups were winning, the sponsors were winning. And so it took off. I had a gentleman that called me on the phone out of the clear blue for golf lessons. His name was Stefan. And Stefan worked for a company in the area called SAP. Mm-hmm. And I said, Stefan, I know SAP has a golf theme within their company. Is there any way you can get them involved with Winning Golf? And a few months went by and it didn't happen. It was 2009. We were going through a giant financial crisis here in the country. In 2010, I went to my golf show in Orlando, a national show, international show. And I just kind of put a feeler out there to some major companies, would you be interested in my show? Which I didn't have yet. And I was incredibly surprised by the response in a positive way, especially with those financial issues going on in the economy at the time. Like 5 or 6 major golf companies say, yeah, we'd like to be a part of it. So I called Stefan back and said, Stefan, I really need an appointment with that marketing team, sales team, if you can get going. I got back from the show and beginning of February, sat down with about 8 people from SAP. And the first thing they said was, well, we don't make decisions quickly, but let me hear your pitch. So I gave them the pitch, and an hour and 15 minutes later, they said, we're in as your title sponsor. So I almost wanted to say, do you want to wait another year so I can get ready? I don't have anything set up yet.
Yeah.
So the next 3 months were just endless meetings, getting groups, getting facilities, getting the prizes, getting the schedule, everything, getting a website, all that had to happen by May 1st of that year. So been pretty much selling out every season since. I've done about 275 shows, entertained over 3,000 corporate contestants.
Yeah.
And just thrilled with the fun they have and the joy they have, the excitement they have on the show.
Absolutely.
And kind of a unique experience.
Yeah. I appreciate the slogan, everybody wins. I needed that slogan when I was on the show because I didn't really feel like I won, but by the end of it, you made me feel pretty good. I ended up learning something. It was one of my worst performances of all time, golf, but it still had a blast. And it was so much fun, so entertaining. The end, the putt for the truck at the end, very, very cool. Yeah. How many seasons did you say that you've had the show for?
This will be number 16 coming up.
Wow.
And could be my last.
What?
Could be my last.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Okay. What do you attribute the longevity and success to? You said in 5 years you made it. You've done 16.
Well, I would say I took my tagline very seriously. If I lost my contestants or my facilities or my sponsors, I was out of show. Any of those areas, if I didn't have those three things at a high level, I wasn't going to be able to produce the show. No matter how good I was at it, without those three components, I would fail.
Right. So
my attention to detail and follow up and making sure everybody had a great time. And I literally tell every group, I'm going to get a highlight for everybody.
Yeah.
And even if it's Stale Dark filming today,
it's going to happen.
I'm going to find you a highlight. But the intimidation of being on camera, for an average golfer per se, is interesting to watch. So I'm kind of their golf professional that day, but I'm also their cheerleader.
Yeah.
To keep them relaxed, to get them pumped up, looking for one highlight. And so I enjoy that challenge. And, we have breakfast and we have lunch that day, and I give everybody a bunch of prizes. And, so it's just a good feeling when they walk out the end of that day. They had a great day.
You do an awesome job at that.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. I can attest, took lessons from you a bunch, and you always made me feel so great to do it.
Well, you've come a long way in your golf game.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
So I wanted to ask, do you have a most memorable episode? If so, tell me about it.
Can I give you more than one?
Sure.
Twice it happened in Winning Golf that we established a champion each week on the show, and then the champion at the end of the show gets the putt for like a $50,000 car.
Yeah.
And we've given away 2 of those. So that's been pretty exciting over the 16 years. And the one time was pretty neat because the guy that won the show came from the New England area. And when he came down and won the car, I said, well, you flew down here, but now you can drive home. So it was pretty
Did he actually get the car right then and there?
Didn't get the, no,
I was going to say.
He thought, where are my keys?
Yeah.
It's not going to happen that fast.
Nice try, buddy.
But obviously that's almost a once-in-a-lifetime thing.
Yeah.
Happen, a 60-foot putt in front of the group on the camera rolling, and we did that twice. And I say the other 2 times, since I mentioned mostly they're corporate groups,
yeah.
They're adults. I've done a really neat show down at White Manor Country Club, and it's 2 high school teams. Monsignor Bonner and Prendy host that show, and they either have another team from within their league, but 2 times they brought a team over from Ireland, which was pretty neat to have a team from across the pond compete against a team in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And you can imagine the excitement of high school kids getting on NBC Sports TV, kind of a different level of excitement.
It's amazing.
They helped me with the social media too.
That's what they're good for.
Yeah.
So you, besides the Winning Golf, which is awesome, you also teach privately. What do you enjoy about doing that?
What's funny, I'll be entering my 44th year as a PGA golf professional this year, and I still have as much or more passion than ever to see somebody get better in the game of golf. But to me, the game of golf is so much bigger than the sport. And so my first goal is for somebody to have fun.
Yeah.
And the beauty of the game is, and it happened this past year, 2 funny, quick little stories. Number one, a couple 2 years ago came to me to start their game of golf, and they were 83 and 82. And they asked me, when should we get started? And of course, I said, as soon as possible.
Yeah. No time to waste.
As soon as possible. And the other situation this past year, actually, a family that I have taught, each one of them covered 4 different generations.
Wow.
And they're playing in a foursome together.
That's awesome.
And that to me is unmatched in any other sport.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, whether it's a 5-year-old kid or a college player or a young adult or a parent or a grandparent, my goal still is to give them enough information to get better, find great ways to practice and to get better, but most of all, enjoy everything that goes with golf.
Yeah.
And that's, in my mind, the number one thing, and I look back at my golf career, is literally the thousands of relationships that I've built through the game.
Right.
It has nothing to do with what score I shot.
Yeah.
It has to do with the time you have in that game at any age to communicate, to connect.
Wow. Yeah.
And whether it's business related or personal related or family related, that game offers something that no other sport did.
Right. Yeah, golf is a big social event.
I've witnessed many, many business transactions.
Yeah.
I've witnessed teams coming together, college teams that I work with. I witnessed high school teams on my show. I've witnessed mothers and daughters, fathers and sons. I mean, all those combinations, grandfathers and great-grandsons. You know, and it's male, female have the same ability to get involved in it, so there's no issues there. And but I think back of the friendships that I have out of that game, that's by far the number one thing. And I think that would hold for many people if you asked them about why they like the game.
Right.
You know, it's a game that, one of the things my dad taught me at a very young age, he harped on, was no matter how much success you have, be humble.
Right.
Well, if you want to be humble, play golf.
Yeah.
Play golf.
I'll say.
As my first coach says, you only borrow the game, you never own it. So the minute you think you got it, the next day you're probably going to lose it.
Yeah.
It's a great reminder. So it makes you work hard. There's perseverance, patience needed, practice
Right.
needed. But the rewards are unbelievable when you hit a good shot.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it's just 1 or 2 good shots, but it's enough to bring you
That
back.
makes your day.
Weeks a day.
One unbelievable shot will make your day, make you keep coming back.
So as a coach, when I see that expression on somebody's face after that,
Yeah.
that's all I need.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I need. Then successful lesson.
Well, you sort of brought it up. I wanted to ask, in your lessons, how do you help your students deal with the inevitability of failure in golf?
Well, I will tell you, I share that a lot, especially with beginner golfers. Most of the students I have, including some of the professional athletes I've taught, have played other sports and were somewhat successful. So they think they're just adding another sport, and they'll be fine with it. I tell them some of the things that I just mentioned to you. It's a game you only borrow.
Yeah.
I have many students, they'll hit a great shot. I'll say, no, I want to do it every time. And before they get the last word out, I'm saying, you won't. You know, just to remind us constantly that this is the hardest game in the world. I said, it's also the most rewarding game in the world. But you have to understand the difficulty and challenge of this game. And it's why so many professional athletes in other sports are addicted to it.
Yeah.
They kind of beat their own sport.
Yeah.
But the golf just humbles them.
Right.
You know,
The
so
next challenge.
The next challenge. And you literally borrow the game. I played in a mini tour event down in Florida, and I had an incredible first round. I can remember telling my parents, saying, Dad and Mom, I got it. Next day, I had one of my worst rounds. So, you know, that quick, what I thought I had was gone.
Yeah.
And my first coach said, you're only going to borrow this game. So
Yeah.
you have to think that way.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, guys.
Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you
amazing.
so
Alan.
much.
Thank you.
No problem. Enjoy.
Awesome.
We do this tomorrow night, too.
So you mentioned that you've been able to work with some high-profile athletes. You've told me some stories before. It's really, really wild to me. What's that experience been like for you, working with these athletes?
Well, it's been exciting for me because of the talent some of these people have.
Yeah.
The hand-eye coordination and their athletic ability is overwhelming. Obviously, to get to the levels they did in their own sports, their commitment and dedication. They know how to practice already. They know what it takes to build habits. But it is also amazing at the same time to see how humble they are by the game. And because they're so competitive, they're also then addicted to the game. And when they find somebody that can help them, like myself as a coach, they're really into it, which makes it fun for me. The dialogue is at a pretty high level.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've had the pleasure to really work with some great athletes.
Well, I mean, you've told me some of them before, but why don't you tell me a couple of the people you've worked with?
Well, through golf, either playing or teaching, and just in the Philadelphia region here, it's been pretty exciting. I've worked a lot with Eric Lindros, the most valuable player in the hockey league. I worked many, many years with Mike Schmidt from the Philadelphia Phillies. I got to play with Bo Jackson, arguably the greatest athlete that's ever walked this earth.
Yeah.
That's exciting. He made a sound when he hit his driver that I'd never heard before. That's how loud it was.
Have you heard it since?
No. That's how fast his club head speed was.
Yeah.
I played a lot of golf with Charles Barkley, Julius Erving. Had dinner in Philadelphia with Wayne Gretzky. I'm a hockey fan. That was quite a thrill.
That's amazing.
Had Michael Jordan sitting in my office at White Manor. So when I think about the other sports and that level of athletes, that's not just the good ones. That's some of the superstars that ever played their sports. So it was really exciting to have a golf club with them and coach some of them and hang out.
You mentioned two of arguably the greatest players in their respective sports, Michael Jordan and Gretzky.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yes, we were down at a restaurant. I was very close to a former Philly named Von Hayes, and Von Hayes was very close to a pitcher on the team named Larry Christensen. And when they were all younger in the minor leagues, they had met Wayne Gretzky. So I knew I was going out to dinner that night with Von and Larry, but I didn't know who with. But the dinner was at 11 o'clock at night at a place called Bookbinders. And I figured it might be a team because that's when they're done. But I had no idea, and we were in a kind of a private room in the back of the restaurant, and in walked Kevin Lowe, who was a first-team all-defenseman for Edmonton Oilers, and Wayne Gretzky. And I couldn't wait to talk hockey with Wayne, and he couldn't wait to talk golf with me.
Really?
It wound up being mostly a golf discussion. So, yeah, pretty interesting.
That's amazing.
Pretty interesting.
What time did you leave?
Very, very late.
Got there at 11.
Yeah, got there late. Probably, I think they kept the room open. I would say probably after 3 o'clock in the morning. I had to be at work at 6.
Worth it.
Well worth it. Well worth it.
That's
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
So you've worked with everyday golfers. You've worked with professional athletes. What do the best performers have in common?
In any sport, you have to have some talent. It'd be wrong for me to think that some talent doesn't exist to become really good.
Yep.
But I would say the players that commit to practicing what they learn is really ones that improve.
Yeah.
I mean, so many people want to play, and that's good, but you're not going to get much better playing. You're going to get better through repetition. And that takes commitment and time.
Yeah.
And that's where some of the professional athletes, somebody like Mike Schmidt, is an incredible baseball player, only missed his senior tour by one shot. He would be the only athlete in the history to play golf and another sport, major sport. And he missed it by one shot. That's how good he got in another sport.
Really?
And he's the only one that got that close. But that took 7-8 years after his baseball career to commit to the game of golf.
Oh yeah.
And I mean 6-7 days a week year round.
Right.
So the player that wants to take it different and just have fun level, the commitment to practice and to build habits is the key.
Golf, more than anything else, is such a technical sport.
Yeah.
You have to get that muscle memory. You got to be like a machine.
So much timing involved. And there's no better example than when Tiger Woods came back from his injury, arguably the greatest player to ever hit a golf ball. And he was chunking chip shots after his injury.
Right.
It took a year off.
Yeah.
A player at that level, because he didn't do it, his timing was off. And he couldn't perform what he was used to. Where does that leave us?
Yeah.
Where did that leave us?
Right.
And that goes back to an earlier comment. That's why I have to make the goals for my amateurs realistic.
Yeah.
They shoot 120 and they break 100, and then they think, well, now I'll shoot 80. Well, once you start getting lower, it gets a lot harder to get lower.
Right.
So to keep your goals realistic is important, and that's where I come back to my earlier comment. Make your first goal to have fun.
Yeah.
Make your other goal to meet people and make friends. And if your game gets pretty good, that's a bonus.
Yeah.
But you got to find more reasons to play golf than just the score. If your score is your only goal, you're gonna lose that battle.
Yeah.
You're gonna lose that battle.
Right.
And enjoy the beauty. Every golf course has beauty around it.
That's definitely true.
If you're mad and upset and walking with your head down for 4 hours, you're not going to see anything.
Right.
But the funny thing about the game of golf, you play for 4 hours, and you actually hit a ball for less than 5 minutes, if you add up all your swings. Which means there's 3 hours and 55 minutes. You better find something to do. Pretty cool, though,
That's
right?
actually hilarious.
So,
yeah.
think about your next shot. Talk to your playing partner.
Yeah.
Look at the beauty around you. There's a lot to do on a golf course.
Right.
Don't worry about your score.
Yeah.
That'll come
Yeah.
over time.
Yeah, for the first while, I wasn't keeping track of my score at all.
Yeah.
Wow, that's, you're right. You're right.
Well, you did great. You're in golf. You're a rookie at this point.
Yeah.
You barely put a full season into it. You dramatically improved just by your accuracy and your distance. We didn't get the short game as much as we're going to get the short game this year.
Yeah.
And then you'll have a game where you can go out and feel more comfortable with.
I can't wait.
But you're growing.
You're awesome.
You're growing.
So I wanted to ask, you've had an amazing career doing a lot of awesome things. You've met a lot of great people. What part of the journey are you most grateful for?
I humbly would say that I would not have accomplished any of the things that I've accomplished if it weren't for all the people I met along the way, all the mentors I had. Started with my parents and grandparents, and the coaches and the teammates and people in the business world that took the time. I met them through school, I met them through jobs, I met them through church, all kinds of different ways, but I'm extremely grateful when I think about my career in golf. I'll honestly tell you, it's not even my favorite sport.
Basketball.
Basketball's my favorite sport. So I don't live and die to go out and play golf, but I do live and die to make new friends and help somebody get better at golf. So I'm helpful for the mentors, the teachers, the coaches, my parents, and a lot of people helped me along the way.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You mentioned that this might be your last season doing winning golf. What's next for you?
Well, I don't think I'll stop my coaching. As far as the lessons go, I really enjoy that. I can have my own schedule and kind of work that schedule in whenever it suits me. There are probably some other things that I just want to do. I'm at the stage in my life where I just want to make sure I finish well in my life. And it may be from a volunteer thing. It may be starting something like a golf ministry.
Yes.
Just different ways to give back. But you know, that's the great thing about golf too. There's so many ways to do that through the game. But I will keep busy. I'm not one that will sit around.
Oh yeah.
But you know, I want to finish well. I want to be the best. Continue to be the best parent I can be, the best husband I can be. Hopefully, the best grandparent I can be someday.
Yep.
And you know, just helping people, just finding people, helping them with their values, how they're growing, their journey, whether it's a personal journey, whether it's their faith journey. I just want to be there for people as much as I can.
Yeah.
And that takes time. So I look forward to doing that.
I gotta say, you've helped me tremendously on my journey as a man, my journey with my faith, with my golf career, everything. I'm extremely grateful for you. I know whatever else you're gonna do is gonna be amazing, and I can't wait to see it. I love you, big bro.
Thank you, little brother. I had a wonderful time.
Yeah.
Every time I'm around you, or here at beautiful Market Street Grill, or over at Green Street Grill with Dad, I'm a happy person.
I appreciate it.
Great people there.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me, for joining me at the table. I appreciate it.
A great honor for me. Thank you.
Absolutely.